Well, a pleasant good Friday morning to you. Let's run over to, we'll use the phone today. Let's go to Premier Cooperative's Doug Kropp and look at the overnight markets. Good morning to you, Doug.
Yeah, good morning, Gail.
Well, Doug, we got green on the screen. Hallelujah. Good way to end of the week.
It's definitely a good way to end of the week. You know, we see the markets a little bit firmer here this morning, and we've had that trend. Hopefully we can hold it through the day as the day progresses. You know, kind of once again, fairly quiet news is out there. You know, we do see some positive things in the world economies a little bit. Some of the U.S. economy is starting to slowly open back up, and that's, helping increase more energy use, and thus crude oil and fuel prices are slightly higher and helping the margins in the ethanol business. And we're seeing that across the Midwest. Some ethanol plants in some areas are starting to, the ones that maybe didn't close completely, starting to grind just a little bit more. There are some positive margins out there in some areas, and so that's helping to use some more corn here right now.
I'm a little bit surprised at the disparity, the differences between Informant's numbers and USDA numbers that just came out. 3 million, almost 3 million acres difference in corn and beans, lower on corn, higher on beans. I'm a little bit surprised at that much of a variance between Informant's estimates and the USDA that just came out.
Yeah, that definitely was news in the marketplace yesterday. I think it's evident a little bit of, the economics when you look at the bean price and corn bean ratio of some of the fringe areas in particular, where maybe the corn yields aren't quite as good in those areas. The switching over to soybeans planted, and maybe even some other crops switching to soybeans as well. But looking at, that's kind of the 97 acre was pretty big. So 94 million, even if it's 94 though, that's still a lot of acres of corn.
Well, it is, and of course we don't have any prevent plan in any of those acres yet. But I'm curious to see, do you think the USDA took some of that unharvested acres up in the North Dakota and northern Minnesota? You suppose they were considered as acres of corn, even though the corn in the field up there was from last year?
You kind of wonder if maybe they might have counted those acres twice. I don't know, but that's interesting. When they did the USDA report, and they have to resurvey the North Dakota farmers here this month. I think they're doing that now because when they went and surveyed them in April, they weren't done harvesting. And I even heard some reports this week of guys that still can't get parts of cornfields harvested because it's just too wet in that part of the field. So there's definitely going to be the aspect of how much does get planted, especially in those northern states, and how does that affect the final acres report and prevent plant and those things. So there's always those acres that need to be added into the marketplace yet as we go forward here.
I had a big laugh earlier this morning. There was I don't remember the exact name, but I think it was one of South Korea's corn processing plants. They had tendered evidently to purchase about 55,000 or so metric tons of corn. But they decided not to buy any. They said the corn was too high priced. And I had a big laugh about that. I said, what do you want, $1.60 corn?
Yeah, I know. I saw that too. And that was, I kind of had the same reaction. Seems to me like corn's a pretty good bargain as far as a feedstock right now. But it's all relative. It's a world market, and where they think things should be, it's definitely shows that a little bit. But yeah, exactly. Pretty good bargain for corn right now.
Well, we got green on the screen. Let's talk about green numbers. Doug, let's take a look at them. From Premier Cooperative, Doug Kropp. Doug?
All right. July corn is up a penny at $3.18 1/2. New crop December corn is up 1/2 cent at $3.32 1/4. On the soybeans, July beans are up a penny and a half at $8.38 1/2. November new crop beans are up 2 1/4 cents at $8.46. In the wheat market, a little bit stronger here today. July wheat is at $5.06, up 3 3/4, and December wheat is up 2 1/2 at $5.17 3/4.
Doug Kropp from Premier Cooperative. Doug and I look at the overnight markets and forward to the day trade each and every day. And of course, during the corporate trade day hours, Doug Kropp can be reached at the corporate number. The number is 217-355-3369. That's 355-3369, or you can always go to their website, premiercooperative.net. Thank you, Premier Doug. Have a Premier Friday.
Thank you, and you do the same.